Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning into my channel for the first time, hi, my name is Ria and I make content on beauty, fashion and lifestyle. Do take a moment and subscribe to my channel. With that, let's begin today's video. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you. Have a great 2025 and I hope all of your dreams and wishes come true this year. This is my very first video of 2025. I've not shot anything the last couple of weeks, but I'm back now and I will be creating a lot of content on this channel. So subscribe if you haven't already and let's begin today's video. So for today's video, I had to do a 2024 favorites, show you guys all of my skincare and makeup favorites throughout 2024 and the ones that I will be definitely using this year in 2025 as well. I'll try to keep this video as short and compact as possible, so I won't be explaining each and every product that I show you. In case you want a detailed review on any of the products I show you guys today, please leave a comment below and I'll definitely try and make detailed review videos of those. Now let's quickly begin with my favorites. Starting off with cleansers, I've mostly used the Simple Face Wash as well as the Salt Flaps Cleansing Balm. I don't have both of these products with me right now, so I'll just insert pictures, but those are the two cleansers that I've used throughout 2024. Moving on to toner, this is the bottle that I have consistently used throughout the year. It's the Tony Moly Wonder Ceramide Mochi Toner and it has been my best friend since I have dry skin. Okay, I just noticed I have lipstick on my teeth. Give me a second. So I was saying the Tony Moly Wonder Ceramide Mochi Toner, it has done wonders to my skin. It's absolutely the best if you have dry skin and definitely recommend. For serums and essence, I'll just mention these two. I have other serums, but these ones have stood out to me. First being the Cosrx Snail Mucin Essence. Absolutely love this product. I have made detailed review video on this one, so you can check it out. And the other one is the Beauty of Hosin Glow Deep Serum. All the products that I show you in this video will be linked in the description box below. This one is formulated with rice and alpha arbutin, so it's great to give you a glow on your face. It brightens up the face instantly and I just love the texture of this. For moisturizers, I have used quite a few moisturizers the last year and I plan to make a separate video just on moisturizers. That too will be up very soon. But one moisturizer that I gravitate towards the most has to be the Cosrx Snail Mucin All-in-One Cream. I absolutely love it, especially on days when my skin is feeling really dry. I opt for this because it's hydrating as well as moisturizing and I just love how it feels on my skin. And now wrapping up skincare with two sunscreens that I've used the most again. First one is a new launch by Aqualogica. It's their 5 Barrier Plus Repair Sunscreen with 5 essential ceramides. Love how moisturizing this is. It's a very lightweight, everyday kind of a sunscreen without any tint. Priced decently, better packaging than the previous Aqualogica sunscreens and moisturizes your skin as well. This too is recommended for dry skin people. And the next one has been my staple this year. It's the Dot & Key Strawberry Dew Tinted Sunscreen with SPF 50 PA++++. And these are available in a couple of more shades now. Earlier it used to be only 3 and I have the shade 08 Sand. It gives a very slight tint to your face. It kind of evens out your texture and leaves a beautiful glow on your face. So that's all about skincare. Let's move on to makeup now. So there are a lot of things that I've loved in makeup this year, but I'll try and give you just one or two, or maximum 3 recommendations per category. So starting off with primer. So for primer, I have 2 of these. First one is from Calabar. It's their Flawless Finish Primer. This one is silicone based, so it does cover your pores nicely. And I love how my skin feels after application. It gives a very nice, smooth finish to your skin. So when you put makeup on it later, it looks quite seamless. And the next one is from Brush Beauty. It's their Silk Blur Moisturizing Primer and I only have a sample of it, but I loved it so much that I had to recommend this. So if you're a dry skin girly like me, I think you would love this too. It is so moisturizing and it acts as a very good moisturizing base for you to put your makeup on. So absolutely love this one. Next are foundations. There are 3 foundations that I've mostly used this year. First one is the K-Beauty one, but for some reason I can't find the bottle right now, but I've used that quite a lot, especially by mixing that with the Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisturizer. Both the K-Beauty one and the Smashbox one do not match my shade, so I mix those two and try to make it my own. This one is a skin tint, and even the K-Beauty one is more of a skin tint. The finish and coverage it gives is more like a skin tint rather than a foundation, so I absolutely love both of these. The K-Beauty one, however, oxidizes, so always choose a shade lighter. And the other foundation that I bought this year and used quite a bit is the TT Cushion Foundation. This has been a rave all over the internet, and rightly so, because it's such a Chumeshwari product. So easy to use and compact. I have the mini version of it, and my shade in this is 24N Latte. True that even the neutral shades are a little on the yellower side, but I anyway make it work with a little bit of concealer. And for how convenient this is to use, and for the finish and feel of this foundation, definitely recommend it. I would say this is definitely worth the hype. For concealers, I have two of these. One of them is a high-end concealer, and this has to be the hands down the most loved and favorite concealer that I would ever use. I used the NARS concealer this year. It's such a hype product, but it fails to live up to it. But this one, this baby right here, is the best. And if you're really looking to invest in a good concealer, I would definitely recommend this one. It's the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and these are available in I don't know how many shades, like probably 35-40 shades. And the one that I have with me is called Light Beige. It's slightly lighter for me, but it works wonders for my under eyes, and this is the most high coverage concealer you can find out there. It's definitely pricey, but every bit worth the money. Not exactly affordable, it's more in the 800-900 range, which is pretty decent for a good concealer like this. I'm in the shade 314 Beige, and it's a lovely concealer. Again, very full coverage, sets your under eyes beautifully without creasing them. They too have a couple of shades in this, perfect for all kind of Indian skin tones. Next up is powder. So I did experiment with a few powders this year, but the one that won my heart forever is the Charlotte Tilbury one. I know this is very expensive, but once I had it and tried it, I don't think I'll be able to ever go back to any other powders apart from this. I mean, my god, the flawless finish this powder gives to your makeup, I can't even describe it in words. It's that good. I have been using the MAC Studio Fix prior to this, but it's nothing compared to the Charlotte Tilbury one. I'm a lifetime fan if they keep on making this formula. There are certain products I would like to invest my money into, and those are all base products. If your base is good, I think you can always go for budget-friendly blushes, lipsticks, eyeliners, and stuff like that. But if your base is set well, none of the other things matter. So I like to invest into good base makeup products, and this is definitely one of them. I'm sorry I do not have any other powder recommendations right now. If I do in the future, I'll definitely let you guys know. But I'm sure nothing can ever top this for me. Next up for setting spray, I have the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and I have been using this for quite some time, and I absolutely love the finish it gives to my whole makeup. Comes in a very chotu sa bottle for the price that you pay, but mostly all of the setting sprays are quite expensive. But this time I got myself an affordable one, which is the Nykaa Matte to Last setting spray. I've only used it a couple of times and I've liked it so far, so definitely recommend this if you're looking for an affordable setting spray. And I just have to recommend this because I've only started using this. So I got this sample free from Charlotte Tilbury when I bought my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I've used it a couple of times. एंड क्या बोलूँ यार, मतलब इतना पसंद आ जाता है जब कोई चीज़, तो उसको recommend करना ही होगा ना. Right now I have this छोटू सा sample and I absolutely love it, which is why I save it and use it only for special occasions. When you spray it on your face, it sprays so evenly first of all, and then it melts your makeup and makes it last so long. So in case you're looking for a really good setting spray and have the budget for it, then definitely go for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. Yeah, Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. For eyeshadows, I have two products to show you, and both of them are in the drugstore affordable range. And first one is by Nicka K. I was amazed by how good these palettes are. They come in a set of three. I have these two with me right now, and they're so pigmented and they all have different color theories. Like this one is called Autumn Spice, so it has browns and different shades of gold. This one is called Sugar Plum, so this one has mauvey, pinky, rosy kind of shades. And then there's another one with a mix of green and blues. Really good pigmented palette, especially for beginners. I don't experiment too much with my eye makeup. Nowadays, I've started to get a hang of how to do my eye makeup, so I do try and experimenting a bit. But these palettes are really affordable, really pigmented, and have so many different color options for someone who's a beginner or at an intermediate level. And the next one I have is from Mars. Mars is making such good, amazing makeup products and at such affordable rates. This one is one of them. I'll mention the shade number in the description box, but this one mostly has different tones of browns and peaches with a rose gold, two tones of gold, one really nice silver, and a black. This is the reason why I bought this palette, because it has a black shade which is so required to make so many smoky eyed looks, and this palette does it all. I've used this so much in 2024 and absolutely love how pigmented these are. It blends so easily and overall such a great eyeshadow palette. Surprisingly, I did not buy too many blushes this year. I think I mostly use whatever ones I have. So out of those, I would definitely recommend getting the Sugar Contour Defaults palette. This one has a bronzer, a highlighter, as well as a blush all in three. And the shade that I have is 01 Subtle Summit. Perfect for someone with my kind of skin tone. And the other blush that I have is from Maybelline. Can't seem to find the shade name on the packaging, but I really like the formula of this one. Easy to blend, buildable, and gives you a good color payoff. And the two cream blushes that I've used the most is first from Simply Numb. I only have one of their shades and I love using it because of the buttery creamy formula. It's really blendable and gives such a nice glow to your face. And the other one is from Rare Beauty. I have two shades of this, but this is the shade that I've used the most. It's called Beloved. It's a deep ox blood kind of a red. I have it on today and I feel like this gives the most natural flushed look to your cheeks. This one definitely has been my most favorite blush this year. For contour, I have the K Beauty contour palette. I've used this so much and the packaging is broken, but absolutely love this one. This has three shades, so I mostly mix and match and use this. This one is a powder contour, but I've also used the cream contour from K Beauty, which is not bad either, but the packaging is problematic. Let me just show you. So this is what the contour looks like. Actual the product that keeps just going inside bar, so a little difficult to sharpen as well. I like the actual product, but the packaging is a bit problematic. For highlighter, I don't really have much. I mostly use the highlighter from the Sugar palette, or I got this new one this time from Inside Cosmetics. It's so cheap but so pretty. I have the shade 01 Moment Scale, and this is a cream highlighter. It gives a really nice shine and pop on your face. It's a really nice formula, very creamy and buttery, and the pigmentation also is on point. I have only one brow product and it's the e.l.f. Tinted Brow Gel, Wow Brow Gel. I am in the shade Neutral Brown. I'm in the shade Neutral Brown if I'm not wrong. I'll leave it in the description below. But this one is such a convenient product and it's so easy to use. You just brush your eyebrows with this and you're good to go. I don't always like to draw my eyebrows, so this is very convenient and really easy to use and very travel friendly as well. For mascara, I have these two products. These are the ones that I've used the most, and both of these are actually sample products. I received both of these free, one from Smashbox and the other from Too Faced, but they're still there and I use them so much and they have not dried up, and in general just amazing products. I would love to have the full size of both of these. First one being the Smashbox Fanned Out Mascara. I am wearing this mascara today. It separates your lashes really well and gives a nice length to them without making them look clumpy. These are not very dramatic, which is what I love the most about them. Great for regular day-to-day use. I generally only do one coat of a mascara and this just works great. The next one is the very popular Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. This one is dramatic and you only need very little of this. The amount of volume and length this one gives without making your eyelashes look clumpy is just too good to be true. But definitely recommend this one if you want to invest in a good mascara. Also, both of these do not dry up that easily like most of the drugstore mascaras do. I own mostly Maybelline mascaras and they dry up super soon, but not these two. I have had them for, this one I've definitely had for over 2 years and this one 1.5 years for sure. The sun is setting really quickly, so I'll try and wrap up this video as soon as possible. These are some of the brushes and sponges that I would love to recommend. First one, this one is a powder brush. It's from Mars. It looks so nice and sturdy, and it is sturdy actually. And the bristles are super soft and fine. For the price that this comes at, I am just blown away because it works beautifully to set your face with powder, or you can even use this as a blush brush. And I'm definitely going to buy more brushes from Mars this year. The second one is this sponge from Prosh Beauty. This is a little dirty right now because I've used this today, but such a good sponge. The size of it doubles up once you wet it, and it's just so convenient to use. It feels very soft and it has retained its shape ever since I've gotten this. And the next brushes are a set of these 5 eye brushes from Prosh Beauty again. Really good quality. I got them off at a discount for just about 1200-1300 rupees, and I love how functional they are. Good quality, soft, fine bristles, and the handles are also quite sturdy. So definitely recommend these if you're looking for good eye brushes. And last category is of course lips. These are some of the new lip products that I have not tried from any of these brands before, so I'm going to recommend these ones only. First off is Mars again. So I have 3 lip liners from Mars, and all of them work beautifully. They're so pigmented, very good buttery formula, so glides onto your lips easily and quite long lasting as well. They have so many shades in this which are perfect for Indian skin tone, so definitely recommend. And the best part is the price point. They are just for around 60-70 rupees, which is mind blowing to be honest. These are probably the only lip liners I've used in 2024 apart from some of the K Beauty ones that I already had. Next up is Love Child by Masaba. I've never tried any of their products before. The first thing that I tried are their bullet matte lipsticks. These are like semi-matte, not semi-matte, comfortable matte lipsticks, and I have 2 shades in this. Hey Sugar, which is like a brown peach sort of a shade, and the other one is Eye Candy, which is a straight up peach. Firstly, love the packaging of these ones. They are so quirky, very on brand with Masaba. I personally love these kind of formulas which are very comfortable on the lips, moisturizing, does not dry out your lips. Honestly, I'm someone who does not mind reapplying my lipsticks. I like them to be very comfortable and satiny on my lips. Not the biggest fan of matte formulas. So these ones right here are definitely one of my favorites from 2024. And the next one that I have is a brand called Lily Bread. I don't think they are available in India, at least not in most e-commerce platforms. But there's a Korean beauty store in Calcutta called Daebak Beauty, and they had this brand. This is a lipstick in a mousse kind of a formula. This is what I'm wearing on my lips today. It's such a nice, buttery, smooth kind of a formula, and I absolutely love the shade, and the packaging is just too pretty as well. And lastly, I have this lip oil from Rare Beauty. I mean, what a find. I randomly bought this one day from Sephora while at the mall, and I absolutely fell in love with this one. The shade that I have is called Delight, and it's in the red family. I mostly use a lip liner and smudge it with my finger and then apply this, and I absolutely love how it looks on my lips. So juicy, so full and voluminous. It does have a tingling sensation at the beginning, but then it settles down and it smells amazing as well. So minty. And this one also leaves a tint behind which is impossible to remove. So even when the oil is off, the glossy part is gone, the tint will still be there, which is why I love this so much. I have not showed any eyeliner or kajals to you guys because I don't really use them much often. I only have a few from Sugar, which whenever I decide to use a kajal or a liner, I just use them. So it did not really include those in the video. But yeah, these were most of my favorite makeup products that I've used the most throughout 2024. These are mostly my top most used products of 2024, which is why I showed them to you guys today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, maybe leave a comment below and let me know what are your favorite products of 2024. I'll see you very soon with another video. Until then, take care, keep smiling. Bye.